Hi, I'm Shelley Wood and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pair of either capris or ankle pants to fit regular and made-to-move Barbies, vintage Francie dolls, the 12-inch Tall Barbies, Petite Barbie dolls, Queens of Africa dolls, and a number of other fashion dolls in this size range. Before we begin, please go to shelleywood.com to download either this pattern or this one. You'll want view A if you use this one. Use your pattern to cut out these 4 pieces. Lay one pant leg on top of another, keeping right sides together if it matters. Sew the crotch, clip the crotch seam like you see me doing in this next video segment. Now I do this very slowly, but I speed it up so you don't have to watch forever. Follow these directions for the other 2 pant legs. Open up both pant sections. Press the crotch seams. If you need help pressing tiny seams, I have a video tutorial about that. Just look in the description below this video on YouTube and there will be a link to that tutorial. Now turn one over so you're looking at the right or finished side and lay one pant leg on top of the other, again keeping those right sides together. There you go. Sew along one out seam, that would be waist to the bottom of the leg. Carefully clip along the out seam, just like you see me doing here. Open the pants up like this and press that out seam that you just finished. Create a casing at the waist by folding once and then a second time. The first fold is going to be a really small fold like you see here, and then a second time using a deeper fold, and of course my pattern is marked for this. Stitch close to the fold that's close to my thumb or where my thumb is resting. Now I'm using a whip stitch here. If you're unfamiliar with the whip stitch, I have a tutorial for that as well. Just look in the description below this YouTube video. Measure your doll's waist for elastic and cut it to fit. Now I'm using a 1/8 inch elastic. Attach a safety pin to one end of the elastic. Send the elastic through the casing and pin it with straight pins. So here I am sending my elastic through. When I get that elastic to the edge of the fabric, then I send a straight pin through it, and you want to make sure you penetrate the elastic. Insert a straight pin through the elastic on both sides of the waist as you pull it all the way through. Fold the pants in half like this, leaving the straight pins in until you're done sewing that other out seam. So you're going to sew again through the elastic. I suggest you sew through elastic twice at least, and then clip the out seam that you just finished. So you'll see this is the second out seam that we're doing. So we've sewn waist to ankle and then clipped. Again, be careful not to cut through the seam. You want to make sure that you're doing this slowly. Open up this clipped seam and press. Flip the pants so you can hem just one pant leg. So you'll watch me do that right here. So you flip them like this and you're just going to hem one pant leg, folding once and then a second time. Now I usually use a whip stitch for this. Again, fold the pant leg once and then a second time to create a hem. My pattern is marked for this. And then you can whip stitch, or it is possible to use a sewing machine. I normally whip stitch when I hem. Fold the pants again, bringing the crotches together. And now you're going to sew from the hemmed leg at the bottom across the crotch area and then part way down the other leg, but you're going to stop at about the knee point. Open the unfinished pant leg up like this, and then fold the bottom of that pant leg that's unfinished. You're going to fold it once and then a second time to hem this leg. Now with this one you'll have to use a whip stitch. It's really hard to use a sewing machine. Best done by hand on this one. Alright, that way you can check to make sure that your hems match while you work. You don't want one side to be longer than the other, and if you use your sewing machine it's easy to make that mistake. That's why I recommend hemming by hand. I use a whip stitch for my pant leg's final hem. Finish stitching from the knee down, closing that inseam all the way down to the hem. Turn your capris or ankle pants right side out. I like to use a chopstick to help me invert, and when you watch me do that, you'll notice I give it a little twist. So as I get to the hard part of turning these inside out, I insert that chopstick and I give it a turn, a little twist. Now you're ready to try them on a doll. For more free printable sewing patterns to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, shelleywood.com. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos and my free patterns, please share them on social media. It actually helps my website grow when you help spread the word.